is great. I gotta ask for forgiveness.
So I just got through watching the new horror movie, Diabolic, which is a story about a possessed woman. Which story we've heard a lot of times before, but this story actually has a little bit different twist in it. The movie stars Elizabeth Cullen as Elise. Elise is a poor woman who has lived in the Mormon church and has been essentially in torment for the past 10 years after exiting the church. And she spends the next 10 years trying to get these vivid images out of her head. Her therapist, after months of different episodes and years of episodes, he comes up with a idea for her to go back to her Mormon church and have them type of exercise this demon that is in her so she can compress these feelings. She goes back to the church and they actually end up taking this possessed demon out. But now this possessed demon actually witch is out. She runs amok. Now I have to say, like, I want to be hard about this movie and say like it was bad, and after thinking about it, I just finished it. This actually wasn't a very bad horror movie. Now, the running time was about an hour and 39 minutes. And in that hour, and it's almost to me, the story should have been longer, but I'm glad it wasn't. They actually packed a lot of information that you needed about the backstory of her character, and I love how they stringed it out. Like they show like exactly like how she was really messed up. Like she was doing a lot of tormented things in the very beginning. Like she was digging up holes outside. She was killing animals. She was blacking out, and no one could know exactly why. Her boyfriend Adam has been dating her on and off for 3 years. He's been solid with her, and even though she's had all these issues, so they come up with this idea for her to go back to her church and kind of exorcise these demons. Even though she didn't really know she was possessed per se, but once the possession is out, I'm like, oh, like, let's go on like Fire Merry Christmas. But the story goes deeper than that. Like as the story goes along, you find out exactly who this witch is that possessed her, why this witch does what it does, and also the things that Elise's character does to kind of, I guess, get this demon inside of her. Like she's not a cookie cutter person, and you see some of the things that she does before her getting possessed by this witch. I think which will actually allow this witch to possess her as become like almost a vessel. And I feel sorry for her friend Clara and her boyfriend Adam, who are kind of along for this ride. Like they're like moral support, and they get drugged into this kind of night of chaos, if you will. Excuse me. The cons I will say about this movie is like this movie is really creepy, and some of the death scenes in here are actually bad. But it's like one of them things where it's when it's time to go, it's time to go. Like, there's a scene after, like, after she get done getting possessed, and like, oh, everybody's like, all right, well, let's leave, and she goes, no, I want to just, take a minute and walk around and clear my head. Bitch, we leaving. I just seen you pull I just seen someone, you get unpossessed and you want to stick around this area with this creepy woods and shit. Hell nah, you about to get left. Like, yeah. And Adam, being the good boyfriend that he was actually a shitty boyfriend. At the end, you find out he's doing some dirt, and a lot of these things start coming uncovered. And it was a scene when one of the other people died, and it was just like, yeah, she literally could have driven away, and she gets out the car and is like, oh my god, like, is that you? Like, like stupid stuff like that. Creepy things happen where they could, in the beginning of this movie, where they like, you know what? Time to cut dry and go. Like, you my girl, you my boy. Fuck all this. Like, I was here for moral support, but support time over with because it's survival time, and survival time wasn't strong enough for them to want to survive. Well, no, I want to give this movie like a 7.5. I mean, it's going to be in theaters only for a week, and after that, it's going on video on demand. Like, I can't see this movie like making a lot of money in the theater, so I can see why it's only going to be in theaters for like a week, and then it's going on video on demand. So check your theaters. Comes out, like I said, next week, February 13th. But if you don't catch it, you can watch it on demand the following week.